Do you love what you hear in the podcast? Please go to Buy a Cup of Coffee. The Radio of Horror link is in the show notes, or it's on top of the Twitter page. Or you can just go to buymeacupofcoffee.com/Radio of Horror. And you can help support Goth Girl Horror and the other podcasts here on the Radio of Horror Network. Donations go towards cloud service and new equipment. Thank you.
Yo, this is Stephen C. Miller, director of Silent Night. Enjoy this fun fan commentary from Radio of Horror. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year to everybody here on the Radio of Horror YouTube channel, as well as our followers on our podcast, Goth Girl Horror, the Hack Slash Podcast, where we cover slasher, killer, Cassie Hack. Yep, and Vlad and their tiny cups.
Yes.
Which is a joke to tie into the most recent episode being posted about tiny cups. As we are not talking about Cassie Hack, but this would be something Cassie would definitely hunt down. You're listening to this on YouTube, then this is the Film Dungeon Commentary Merry Christmas episode, where we cover the 2012, directed by Stephen Miller, Part 6, reimagining, remake, whatever you want to call it, of Silent Night, Deadly Night, simply entitled Silent Night. And joining me for this episode is
Charsie Lux.
And this movie's got some great cast in it, which we will go through as we watch the movie, like Malcolm McDowell, who's also been on my show, and Jamie King, who I've never had on my show, but it's coming back to play Lady Sif, whatever her name was, in the upcoming Thor, Blood and Thunder.
She'd be great for the show, but I can't see us snagging her.
No. But Donald Lowe, who was on Gotham, he's in this movie as well. So we're going to jump right into the movie right now. I'd like to thank Stephen Miller, the director, for doing a fantastic introduction for us, letting you know this is just a commentary. Fun, giant review. It's also a giant review of the movie. So I've seen this years ago. Charsie just watched it. We're going to hit play. You can hit play on your DVD, Blu-ray, digital device. It's on Tubi. It's on Vudu. So it's on many platforms to watch the movie along with us. So if you don't want to watch Wonder Woman 84, you don't have HBO Max, watch Silent Night, Deadly Night with us. Are you ready, Charsie?
I am ready.
Awesome. And we're going to hit play now. So this should be the swirl of the logo. I think this is Anchor Bay. Yes, Anchor Bay Films, back when Anchor Bay was a thing.
And of course, the wonderful Christmas music with it.
Indeed. What is that Christmas music playing? I have my volume turned down. I'm also partially deaf right now.
Oh, that's very true. It's... Oh my god, why can't I... Up on the Housetop, that one.
Up on the housetop. Dun, dun, dun.
What is the name of that song?
I think it's Up on the Housetop.
Is it really just Up on the Housetop?
I don't know.
See, Christmas songs are one of those interesting things where it's like, do I actually know the name of the song? I know the lyrics. That's how I know the song.
Yeah, it's Up on the Housetop. By Benjamin Handy was the composer. So I mentioned, as we were starting to record, of a guest that came on my show in 2010, Malcolm McDowell. That was such an honor. Donald Lowe, you might know from the movie Blade. He was recently played Harvey Bullock on Gotham. Did you watch Gotham?
I watched a couple episodes. I haven't seen anything new, though.
Scantily clad woman now at the 133 mark. Tied up. And about to be tortured, it looks like. Nope, he's clipping his fingernails.
Well, we all know why he's clipping his fingernails.
But this is basically a setup for an issue of Hack Slash, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch a horror movie and go, Sam and Dean Winchester would fix this problem in like 40 minutes, or Cassie and Vlad would fix this problem in 22 pages?
You know what's funny that you say supernatural in that? Because of the fact that this movie made me think of that Christmas episode with Sam and Dean.
That is the very first episode of Supernatural Creatures and Lore that I did with my original co-host, Kat.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious then that we're bringing that up.
Yeah, the very first episode, 2016. This movie also has Ellen Wong in it. You might know her as Knives in Scott Pilgrim. You remember?
I have not seen that, actually.
Oh my God, you've never seen Scott Pilgrim?
I apparently need to add that to my list.
Get the F out of here.
Okay, goodbye.
Holy cow. Oh my God. I'm having serious problems right now. Go watch Scott Pilgrim, then come back to me.
Okay, I could do that.
Holy
Next
cow.
time we
Oh
talk,
my God,
I
I'm
will
seriously
watch
having... Oh, okay. I need a drink.
Well, and then we have Brandon Fuhrer, who's, has a very short role in this film. He's basically a Christmas tree right now.
Yeah, basically. With the killer Santa Claus, who's got a cool look. You don't see his face, and he's got the goggles for the eyes.
Well, when he reinvents that mask, like, who knew Santa could actually look creepy?
Oh, stop bitching and take your axe like a man. Okay, so by the way, Ellen, who's in this movie, Ellen Wong, she plays Madeline in a Christmas movie out this year called The Christmas Setup.
See, that one I might see. We'll see. I'll make sure
You
I watch
better
her
watch
other
Scott
ones.
Pilgrim before you come back on this podcast. Jeez.
I'm in the corner of shame.
And you have exes I'm assuming you could probably relate to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably. Also in this movie, of course, we overlooked it. Jamie King, as we mentioned, plays the Aubrey Braidmore. She's the deputy to the sheriff, played by Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell really doesn't need any introduction. I mean, he's a very well-known actor.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, Clockwork Orange and Caligula and Star Trek Generations and Halloween. Halloween being the connection, obviously, slashers. But Jamie King is going to be returning as Lady Sif in the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder, Blood and Thunder, the new Thor movie.
And that I'm excited to see, especially because it's like I'm so used to Jamie like doing the drama roles. I mean, it was really nice seeing her in a horror role for this, though. But yeah. And goodbye, Brandon. Very short role.
If you go onto Stephen C. Miller's Twitter account, at the top of his page, he has a trailer with some awesome music to it for a movie. I think it's Line of Duty. Do you see his Twitter? Can you see his Twitter?
I can look it up if you'd like me to.
And here is Jamie King, the beautiful Jamie King. Okay, I gotta point something out right here. She is sleeping with a bra on. Do women sleep with bras on? Because it's always debatable. Because it's a movie, they have to, but in real life, they don't.
It really depends. I mean, I could sleep in a bra. It doesn't really bother me. But I tend to sleep without one. Meow.
And we have both Malcolm McDowell and Jamie King in the scene.
So get off your sorry ass. Town hall's expecting a record number faster. It's gonna be a real clusterfuck.
Would he be able to talk to her today that way?
Nope. Especially the part when she's trying to be like, okay, I don't want to come into work, and he's just like, whatever, come in.
Well, as a cop, you pretty much don't get a lot of say in
You
that.
kind of have to do it. That is true. That is very true. You're kind of stuck with it. Especially for the smaller town that they have. I mean, you probably only have a limited amount of staff, so...
Very small town. So what was the trailer that's at the top of Steven's Twitter?
Ugh, darn it. That's right. So, okay, Steven... What is Steven's last name again? What is Steven's last name again?
Stephen C. Miller. Wait a minute. Was Jamie King in Thor? I thought she was.
Oh, Marauders? Yeah, the trailer I see on his Twitter is Marauders.
Yes. Okay, I had this woman confused with a different actress. This woman was actually My Bloody Valentine, Sin City, White Chicks, and Bulletproof Monk. Not the same as the one I thought. I totally screwed that up.
Oopsie.
She was also Soulless Prime on Transformers: Power of the Primes. The forger of the
really?
weapons of the Transformers.
Now which... Oh, Ellen... Not Ellen Wong, but, let's see here.
But yeah, that trailer is cut together with some epic music.
I will have to watch that later.
I love that guy's Christmas sweater.
Right? It is funny how Christmas sweaters have come back into style again.
Now, is this the mayor? No.
No.
This is her dad. This is her mom and
Yes,
dad.
this is her parents.
Played
But
by
yeah,
John
the mayor
Lowe.
she's about to run into, though.
Yep, this is played by John Lowe and so we see Merry Christmas coming down the screen, and then we have this parade of Santa Claus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Santas.
Which, that is a ton of Santas for how small this town is, really.
Someone on IMDb gave this a half a star out of 4.
Did they explain why, or did they just rate it that way?
Big explanation.
Oh, God. Here's the mayor.
So her mom and dad were played by John Lowe, best known for The Butterfly Effect, The Ultimate Christmas, and Tiny Plastic Man, and Adrian O'Neal, who was in The Haunting in Connecticut, this movie, Blue State, and My Awkward Sexual Awakening. And the 4th Home Alone movie, Home Alone: The Holiday Heist.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Couldn't bring myself to watch that one.
And she's in 3 other Christmas movies: The Christmas Heart, Christmas Connection, and Christmas by Starlight.
And I think this is the only horror one of the Christmas ones.
Well, the rest are horror bowl movies.
Badoom-chee.
Do we know the name of the actress who was tied up on the floor?
Oh, God. Let me look through the cast and crew.
Those are mommy's heart pills, please.
Oh, God. Like, this child... Like, I don't even feel bad what ends up happening to her.
Oh, they killed children in this movie? Excellent.
Especially little spoiled brats like this one. I guess the bratty girl is Laura Cartledge? Still looking for who was the woman tied up. I wonder if it's Lisa Marie. Because I'm trying to remember if her character was Mrs. Morwood. And goodbye, bratty little girl.
I'm shocked that they're that committed to kill this kid.
Uh-huh. And in great detail as well.
Yeah. But she's a teenager, it's okay. But it feels like
It's
a little
okay,
kid.
she's 14. I was going to say, I mean, they technically did it in Sleepy Hollow, and I remember that being mortifying in the theater.
Bitchy little girls get killed off in horror movies is okay.
Yeah, I'm not positive, but if I am correct, I think it's Lisa Marie who would have been the woman who was tied up and tortured earlier in the movie. Because I think she might be Mrs. Morwood.
And our deputy is very religious.
This priest, though,
Oh, is he one of those that deserves to be on the list?
Yes. I mean, you're about to find out in just a few seconds. Just his little chat with her. It's just he makes me want to punch him. There's a reason why his church is empty.
Ew, he's got that look on his face.
Yep. He is a full-fledged pervert.
Okay, you can take your hand off me now.
Right?
Do you remember the priest in V for Vendetta that Natalie Portman's supposed to seduce and then V kills?
Yes. Getting vibes from this guy, too.
What about the priest in Detroit Rock City? Did you ever see that movie?
No, I have not seen that one. Is that another one I need to add to my list?
Yes. Good God, it's an amazing.
Am I in another corner of shame?
It's an amazing movie. It's about 3 kids who tickets get destroyed for a Kiss concert in the 70s, and they have to go to this radio station to reacquire the tickets.
Oh, God, maybe I have seen that, because that sounds familiar.
It's so damn funny. Oh, my God, I completely forgot. In this movie is Jessica Cameron. She has been a guest on my show several times. She plays a nurse in the film.
Yes, so she does have a very quick role in there.
She is one of the most beautiful actresses I've had on the show, and she does she has a YouTube channel called Hot Tub Horror Movie Reviews.
Oh,
she is in a hot tub
See,
with 2 other lovely women in bikinis talking about horror movies. One of them being Heather Dorff.
see, that's something I need to add to my list then, too.
And was that Lisa Marie? Because Lisa Marie is kind of a big actress. She was in Ed Wood, Mars Attacks, Sleepy Hollow, We're Still Here,
Yep.
Lords of Salem. Huh. Didn't look like her. Lisa Marie is also very well endowed, and the girl on the floor did not look that.
So, when they say her name, because it's whoever the deputy was cheating with, actually, it might be in this scene. It might be in this scene. Because I know they kind of gossip about that he's been sleeping with so-and-so's wife. You can't Google it. How dare you?
Picture of Obama on the wall.
Oh, I totally missed that. Yeah, that would be the time frame, 2012.
Yep. Boy, how things have changed.
Yeah, and now they're about to change again. Oh, the mistletoe, because that's gonna work. Oh, sneeze on it. Ugh. COVID.
Actually, excuse me, sneezing is not an effect of one of the side effects of COVID-19.
Oh, but it spreads it.
And what is the name of this actor?
This is this Eric Berg? No, this is Andrew Seacon? Because I think he's Deputy Giles. So yeah, Andrew Seacon. Seacon? I'm not good with names.
So is it okay when a killer kills a kid that's played by an actor who's over 18?
Yes.
Okay. And it's okay that we put actors who are over 18 but playing like 15-year-olds like on like Riverdale into sexually compromising adult positions borderlining pornography.
Yes, because
Okay.
they're adults. But that's usually why adults play those roles.
It's very weird still.
I mean, it's definitely teaching teenagers that, oh, this is acceptable, but, you know, we all know Some stuff is not acceptable.
Now I'm still trying to look up where this was shot.
I know they talk about Wisconsin, so I think it's supposed to be located up in Wisconsin. 'Cause
But
they talk
probably
about
not shot
Milwaukee.
there. But that might not have been shot there.
True. Very true.
I think the movie shot very well. The movie was shot by Joseph White, who also did Repo the Genetic Opera. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. You're off the hook for that one. I was about to lose my mind again.
That's why I started giggling, because I'm like, oh, good. Well, he can't be mad at me for this one.
The composer for this movie, Kevin Ripple, has worked on a lot of the DC animated direct-to-DVD films, such as Deathstroke, Superman Man of Tomorrow, Batman vs. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Constantine City of Demons, Justice League Action, Batman Unlimited, Aliens Colonial Marines the video game, Gears of War, the Nancy Drew movie or video game, or a couple Nancy Drew video games, and Unreal Tournament.
So, quite the list right there.
Yeah. Oh, and here's Donald Lowe.
Every time I see him, all I want to do is watch Blade.
Do you remember how he's introduced in Blade, by the way? What is he doing in the club scene before Blade shows up?
You mean when he's got the two ladies with him?
And one of them is giving him a blowjob.
Oh, yeah.
He's
She's
got
going to
one in
town,
his
too.
arm, she's cuddling up to him, while the other one is just sucking him off.
I'm like, oh, I know where this question is going. Because, I mean, come on. That was a huge thing back in the day.
Life goals. Life goals. No.
Threesomes, yes.
Yeah, I still haven't had one. He plays drunk idiot very well.
Oh, my God. Very, very well. But he's also not wrong. Like, his morbid, very dark outlook of Christmas is very, very accurate. Not a pleasant man, though.
Why would any parent bring their kid to a Santa that looks and probably smells like him?
Oh, God. Like, and why wouldn't there be rumors from the other parents, since it's such a small town, and be like, don't take your kid there, this guy's disgusting? Oh, shoot. Just missed the part about the gossip where the deputy was cheating with the wife. So that would have been the name. Damn it.
The other thing is, I forgot what I was going to say. So, moving on to this scene. These definitely don't look like sets they built. They definitely look like they were shot like on location in places, like they rented like parts of this town to shoot in.
You know what? They probably did.
And if you're listening to us while watching the movie, which you can do both, because we're reviewing it, talking about it like a commentary.
Probably,
Kid just stole a lot of money. We're at the 21:10 mark, I believe. But we're doing it on Tubi as well, which has commercials. So if you have the DVD or Blu-ray, it might be off by a few seconds. Now, who's the man in the chair?
The man in the chair. Let me see. Let's see here. Oh, if I could think of his name, his character in here. Because that's
that's
not
Jessica
Rick's
Cameron,
name.
by the way. That's
It's
Jessica.
who?
That's Jessica Cameron, the nurse.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which again, you can check out her YouTube channel, Hot Tub Movie Review, Scream Queen Streams, I think it is, where her and two other lovely ladies are in bikinis in a hot tub drinking and reviewing movies.
I
So
mean,
if
what
you
better
love
way to
boobs and
review
girls in
movies?
bikinis, that is the YouTube channel for you.
I mean, I guess we could try pulling it off and just be in our bathtubs.
Sure, you get in your bathtub, I'll get in my bathtub. We'll stream at the same time. I'm sure your stream will get more hits than mine.
Yep, I'm seeing the brick house right now at 22.25.
Or 478. Yeah, well, the house is 478. So yeah, the license plates say Wisconsin, so they might actually be in Wisconsin.
I'd love to know how this house stinks so fast. Because technically the two that are dead in there are like fresh dead. Unless because of the guy getting barbecued in the basement, it's just walked in and over. That was the only thing that I kept questioning.
I wonder what a dead body smells like. Do you know, Charsie? No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna imagine roasted piggy at this
I've
point.
actually smelled a dead body before. It is not a good smell. But I think every dead body has a different smell to it.
Yeah.
That Santa Claus is still lit up. That's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what actor is this? The one that got barbecued?
Brandon Fair.
Okay, this is Brandon Fair. Okay. Whose fan site retweeted us.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought it was him, and then I realized, nope, it's his fan site.
But yeah, he played Deputy Jordan. Are you sure? No. Let me check for a pulse. And that's definitely something to note about Jamie's character in this movie. Every time people tell her, don't do something, she goes and she does it.
Because she's an independent woman. She doesn't take no nonsense. Go,
I mean,
girl.
it's totally okay, but still, wait for backup. Didn't realize everything else was upstairs.
Makeup department for the movie, we have Evan Campbell, George Vangadakis, Andrew Freeman, Deanna Grohl, Vincent J. Gustolini. He did the special effects along with Gregory Ramones, also did special effects. There's a few people in the makeup team for this movie for all the different kills, of course. Vincent worked on The Dark Tapes, The Last of the Mohicans, and Super Mario Brothers, and is still working to this day. He has films that haven't even come out yet. I, Frankenstein is one of his movies that I really enjoyed.
I was gonna say that is a good movie. And getting scolded.
Malcolm McDowell returns.
He does.
Needs more Malcolm McDowell.
He does show up a lot more.
Which one is Tiffany in this movie?
Let's see. Tiffany is the mayor's daughter.
Okay.
The very sexy lady in red. You'll see her soon.
Okay, yeah. Tiffany is played by Courtney Jane White, and she is stunningly beautiful in her IMDb photos. She was in Todd in the Book of Pure Evil. She was Wanda Winterbanks, and she was in Full of It. But her career pretty much ends at 2017.
Really?
But she was in 10 episodes of Todd in the Book of Pure Evil, if you've ever seen that show.
Yes.
I believe it's all on Shudder right now.
That's why she was so familiar to me then. Because I kept staring at her like I recognized her, and it's like, it's been a while since I've seen Todd in the Book of Pure Evil. And I mean, I can't complain. She's very attractive in this movie too, so. Okay, now you're about to see Courtney's character.
This one?
Not this one.
Now, who's
She's
that?
there,
What
though.
actress is this?
That is... Let me
Oh, there's Courtney.
Yep, there's Courtney. Oh, the other one's name is also Courtney. Courtney Palm.
Sexy actresses doing sexy photo shoots is very sexy.
Well,
and she's doing some blow.
apparently-
Is this just a typical day at a photo shoot for you, Charsie?
No.
No, okay. Just
We don't add snow. But apparently I'll be screwed because, I mean, if evil Santa thinks that this is a sin, so... But yeah, the sexy lady in the lingerie on the bed is Courtney Palm, and she plays Maria. I'm not sure who the photographer is.
wonder what Santa has in his sack.
You know, I kept questioning that. I can't remember if they ever do reveal what's in his sack. Probably weapons.
The bra kind of slips down a little bit.
Oh, it's
And the
it's
bra
gonna
comes
be
off.
gone.
And we have boobs. The girl with the video camera shooting. This is like straight up casting couch type.
Goldie, let's see here. I am not finding Goldie on the cast list, so unless I keep missing her or she just wasn't credited, which, oh, nope, found her. She is Kelly Wolfman. And unfortunately, Kelly Wolfman is going to meet Bad Santa. Oh, and that's why Courtney Palm is familiar to me, because she was in Zombievers, and I literally just watched that recently.
Oh, that is quite the kill.
Uh-huh.
I love the fact that she's still, like, pretty much naked while she's trying to escape.
And, you know, it's the
She is
typical she's in the
committed to
bathroom.
this nudity. Oh, I think it's going to be kind of hard to breathe now.
Looks like he's not quite dead yet, though. There to the rescue.
Still nude, still committed to this whole, I'm going to be nude through this entire scene except for my panties. That's dedication, I got to tell you.
And about to go out a window as well.
But a lot of actresses wouldn't allow this much nudity. It's like usually one scene.
Hey, she's comfortable with herself, and
Oh yeah, she definitely is, and you know I'm comfortable
When
looking
you
at her.
look that
But
good, though, are
it's
you
usually
really
like
gonna
one
complain?
scene and that's it. Not like okay, now we're running and we're still nude, and I fell down. Oh,
the typical, I keep falling, I keep falling.
yeah. I mean, this is some seriously long nude scene for an actress. I mean, again, it's usually one scene and that's it. This is multiple cuts that I'm seeing. This is where all the other pornos are being shot that I was supposed to be in, but I didn't want to. I wish I was. I want to be chased to kill my Santa Claus.
And if this is supposed to be Wisconsin around Christmas time, the grass would not be that green. And
Oh,
there'd
it'd be
snow.
frozen.
There'd be snow.
Besides the snow that went up Courtney's nose.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to figure out why this tree farm is, like, completely empty.
Oh,
I mean,
is
it's
this how
Christmas
she
Eve.
dies?
I was gonna say, as soon as you get a wood chipper. Now, Chris, if you heard a wood chipper and you knew a killer was coming after you, would you go towards the noise?
No.
Thank you. She's clearly asking for death.
You had a photo shoot today, the day we're recording this, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What was your photo shoot of?
I
There goes a leg.
Yep, flying. I was a snow sprite, but you know what? It
Oh!
might get confused for being an angel, so we'll find out.
Did you have nudity?
No, I don't do nudity.
In none of your model shoots, you've never done nudity.
Well, I do, but those don't go to the public. How about that?
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm just trying to differentiate how your model shoots usually go. Oh man, she just must be in so much pain missing that leg. And she's still able to fight him off. And again, committing to the nudity in this movie.
She has the worst death in the entire movie.
She has the best death.
This is, like, if someone asked me, like, how would you not ever want to die? Her death, I never, ever would want to die this way.
Oh! Oh god! Oh god, it hurts already in my leg to think about it. Oh!
And still committed to the nudity.
She should not be able to flail and scream that much.
No, I think you'd be dead by, like...
The shock.
Yeah.
The shock of the leg coming off would have probably passed her out.
I know I would have passed out.
So yeah, we had never actually discussed your actually modeling and stuff like that. So I didn't know how it Okay, so we have the conspiracy board.
Okay, yep. That is where I'm at as well. But yeah, so my shoots, like everything that I do for my cosplay is I do the lewds. But yes, I do eventually do nudity in them, but those don't go to the public.
Gotcha. I think with the exception of Scott, there are BDSM or nude pictures of every one of my co-hosts somewhere on the internet. Mel Heflin's in several horror movies that she's been in, as well as Michael Leach, I think his name is. Very cool photographer. Lots of really great pictures of Mel in various stages of bondage and holiday and cosplay. Ro has a OnlyFans as well. And Mr. Zeneca hosts many different BDSM events in Pennsylvania, or she did before the pandemic. And then there's you, which we just discussed.
Yes.
So everyone except for Scott. But I think that's very funny.
When you think about it, it's like, hey.
It's like every co-host I have is
I,
kind of sexy in some way.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I was comfortable with it myself, because I mean, kudos to all the women that like have no problems doing nudes and that, but it's just not. I'm not there yet.
No, that's fine. You do you. I just thought again it was funny that every co-host has some form of modeling they do, acting, modeling, something or whatever, involved in some way in artistic erotica or BDSM. You look up Mel Heflin, she's got lots of fantastic photos of her in acting and stuff, as well as bondage photos and then movies that she's been in. Very proud when she came on when we were doing the show covering a werewolf on Supernatural. She's like, "Oh, and in this movie, I fuck a werewolf." I'm like, seriously? Yep. I'm like, okay.
It's like, oh, cool. Oh, and this is the mother of the 14-year-old girl who was
kind of a bitch.
Literally electrocuted.
Yeah. She deserved it. You're a little shit.
Oh, God, she was a little shit.
Yeah, for some reason I thought this was the woman from Thor. It's not.
And I'm wondering if that's Adriana O'Neil. Because in the cast thing, they just have her as mom. No, because that would be Jamie King's mom. So I'm not sure who played the little brat's mom then.
I'll point out that how shitty of a salary does a deputy have? She has to live at home.
Yeah, especially for a small town, too.
Is your Christmas tree up?
No. Is yours?
I live with the guy who owns my house is Jewish. We don't have one. But I do have a Christmas tree wreath up. The wreath actually came from a Boy Scout troop connected to the son of the woman who's going to be the audio narrator for Vlada.
Nice. That's pretty cool, actually.
It is. Her name's Diana Porter. You can look her up online. She's a actress. There is lots of amazingly beautiful pictures of her from various movies, and then some modeling pictures she's done as well. Very, 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 very pretty actress, and she has a very good voice. So these are like the Santa Claus Rockettes, slutty Santa Claus costumes. I mean,
which I think Courtney's one of them. So
yeah. But this is like what strippers would wear for Santa suits, right?
Oh, yeah.
Rockettes.
Oh, yeah.
This is what Rockettes would wear. This is what you'd call... This is like the naughty Santa costume, the naughty nurse, the naughty police officer. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't mean slutty in a derogatory way. You got what I was saying, right? Charsie?
And I'm not offended by slutty. So.
Okay, that's fine. Some people are offended by slutty these days, and I'm like, is slutty going to become the new bitch, the new N-word, or retard, or fag? I mean...
Yeah.
Is it, do you think?
I hope not.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's certain words used in certain ways are not okay, but
like if you're meaning it in a
oh my
cruel
god,
way,
this guy,
being an asshole, yeah. Hey,
what
look,
is he taking a picture of down below? It's not like you
again.
can see their vagina.
Mm-hmm. It's the creepy preacher again.
I need something to jerk off to while the altar boys are away.
Ugh.
In the
Well-
X-Files second movie, Mulder even says, "Whose ass do I have to kiss and thank you for finding us the information about the missing person?" And everyone in the police force looks at him, and then we find out it's the pedophile priest living in the pedophile priest community who had the psychic vision of where the dead girl was.
Oh God, yeah. I totally forgot about that episode.
It was not an episode; it was the second X-File movie.
Oh. Gosh, yeah, it's been forever since I've seen those.
More scenes of Malcolm McDowell chewing scenery.
But he's so good at, being angry about things.
And watching the pornography unfold. He's like, yes, I need to study this. I'll be in my office. Bring me that tape.
I'm pretty sure it's Jamie's character, like, yep, there it is. Fast forward it.
No, I need to investigate this further.
Should I take that quote of his to my work with me? And technically, you get a little more nudity of her again.
Jump scare Santa in the video.
Mm-hmm. God, he's so dirty, he's even taking the offering money. How low will this guy go?
Like, he's just like pats it. That's just
Yeah,
like, is this the only person in church?
Yeah.
Hymns 126, 118, 149, and 120. You're a religious woman. Why don't we look these up? No, I'm kidding. No context of what part of the Bible they're in. I don't think we could look them up, could we?
The hymns are different, though.
That's songs, right?
Yeah.
See how long I've been in... sorry. See when the last time I was at church? There's Creepy Santa.
And what's weird is that my church didn't have hymns like that. Like, they literally would put the songs in the actual, like, service pamphlet that they would give you. Oh, God. His sermon is just atrocious.
The singing in church was my least favorite part.
Really?
Yep.
When I was a kid, I think it was the only part I enjoyed. I think I slept or played through the sermon every time.
I'm not a big singer, so...
That would be why then. See, and I enjoy singing, so...
I
Pornography.
love the way he says it, too. Pornography.
I mean, the guy who played the Reverend, Curtis Moore, he does a phenomenal job of being a creeper.
Why is she the only one in church?
Because of this guy's sermon. Would you want to go to his church?
I mean, not everyone or anyone seems to know that he's a creeper. Oh, shit.
I feel so bad for this poor old lady who has to witness this. I think you get some nice sick satisfaction of stabbing him multiple times. I love that he gives the offering money that the minister stole and gives it to the old lady. I'd still love to know why there are so many freaking Santas in that town. Like, even the bar is full of Santas. And more Santas at the police office.
There's a Bob Rivers song about too many Santa Clauses.
Ugh, that would be perfectly played right here.
Who played the old woman in the church?
Oh, you know what? She's familiar too. So let's see here. Doreen Brownstone.
So in the movie Detroit Rock City, the mother of one of the characters who, by the way, was on Being Human, played a werewolf, and he was Jimmy Olsen in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Lynn Shay plays his mother, and she burns their Kiss tickets, hence why they have to go to Detroit to get more. And
Okay.
she finds out that he's in Detroit because she's at a Knights and Satan Service anti-Kiss rally. And she grabs him and throws him into the confessional booth, saying, "You're going to stay here and confess your sins to God." And the girl that he's pining over sneaks into the confessional booth and fucks him. And while that's happening, he's describing to the priest about, like, the naughty thoughts that he's having, and the priest is, like, getting off on them.
You know what? I have seen that movie because that scene. I mean, how does that not stick with someone?
And then he goes back to the Kiss rally, gets his drumsticks back from his mother, and screams into the microphone, "I just lost my virginity in the confessional booth!" And finally
Yep,
tells
I
his
have
mother
seen that
off.
movie.
And he finally tells his mother off and walks away. And she just looks at the crowd and says, "They grow up so fast." As my volume's turned down low, what is this Santa saying? And do we know which actor this is?
All right. So this actor, this becomes the first Santa that they start suspecting. Let's see here. I hate how IMDb sometimes has things set up. Because basically he's telling the horrific story of how there's a guy that seeks revenge on Christmas. And that supposedly that this guy's in town right now, murdering people as Santa.
I mean, that's kind of like what happens with the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I know you haven't seen yet.
No.
His name is Billy, and he watched his parents get killed by a Santa Claus, and then he became a killer Santa Claus. And Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is most famous for him killing a guy, taking his garbage out with a gun, yelling, "Garbage Day!" and then shoots him.
You know what? I think they make an homage to that reference in this movie because I remember later on, Deputy Giles takes out the garbage, and I think he says, "What is this, garbage day?"
Something like that.
But I want to say this is Frank. If it's Frank that she's talking to, that is actor Aaron Hughes.
So yeah, there's 5 other Silent Night films.
Which I think all of them, except the first one, is here on Tubi. The first one is the only one that's not on Tubi.
Interesting.
I thought that was interesting too. It's like, really, why wouldn't you put the first one on here? But you have all the rest.
And they're all on DVD and or the first 2 are out from Blu-ray from Scream Factory.
I do remember you telling me that before. Okay, so Scream Factory, that's what I need to remember.
So there's Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is what kicked it off. But by the way, there was a Killer Santa Claus movie before this one. So, and parents who were just like, pissed off about
Mortified
this movie,
at the time.
Yeah, need to get over it. There's Silent Night
Horror
2,
movies.
Silent Night 3, Better Watch Out, Silent Night 4, Initiation, and Silent Night 5, The Toy Maker. Now, Initiation is barely a Christmas movie. And it's like they stuck Silent Night on this movie about an initiation into a satanic cult.
Oh, wow.
And then The Toy Maker is just something completely out of left field. But this movie is considered the 6th film in it. It's just called Silent Night, though.
Instead of being the usual typical title for it.
Right. 3, 4, and 5 are packed together in one DVD set normally most of the time. They've never gotten individual releases that I'm aware of. But this came out in December of 2012, and that's when November 2012 is when I had Stephen Miller on Radio of Horror. This has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's not terrible.
No.
There are worse scores than that. I think Batman vs. Superman has a worse score.
Yeah, and I enjoyed this film. I mean, and the cast and crew in this alone is great actors, and they don't do a bad job at all.
Now, did you know this movie is based on... Okay, so the scene we're on has her bandaging up her hand.
Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, did you know this is based on a true story?
Really?
This film's plotline is based on something called the Covina Massacre on Christmas Eve in 2008. A 45-year-old man named Bruce Jeffrey killed 9 people of gunshot wounds in an arson fire at a holiday party while he wore a Santa Claus costume.
Oof.
Yeah. I'd never heard of this until I saw this movie.
Yeah. I've never heard of that either. How does that bypass people?
Yeah.
Was it taking place in Wisconsin?
They were all related to him.
That's even worse. Oh, dear Lord.
One of them was his ex-wife, his mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, other brother-in-law, 2 other sisters-in-law, and his nephew.
Oof, that guy had sick problems.
Yeah, 4 of the people did die. The others lived. Yeah, he definitely did not like his ex-wife.
No. Conspiracy board again?
He showed up at the house with a gift-wrapped package that contained a homemade flamethrower on a trolley and 2 9mm semi-automatic handguns strapped to the trolley.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he went there to kill people badly.
Which I think they use a lot of that in this movie. Well, I know they use a flamethrower eventually in this movie, but the gifts too.
He
I think the
eventually
gifts
committed
end up being
suicide.
clues.
He eventually committed suicide.
Wait, they didn't even catch him?
No.
Oh, jeez.
He had bought a plane ticket to Canada, and he was planning on fleeing to Canada right afterwards.
Well, to be fair, what would you do if you massacred an entire family? I don't think you'd plan on sticking around.
Especially one that you were married to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I bet that's the story that the Santa Claus at the bar was telling. I bet he was literally telling the true story. Because it was a guy who showed up with a flamethrower and went after his ex-girlfriend, ex-wife. So yeah, that's what the bar scene was.
BloodyDisgusting.com said that this was one of the better horror remakes, and it doesn't add anything to the genre, but it's not terrible either.
And like I said, I liked it, especially considering it was my first time watching it. So.
And you had never seen the others.
Mm-mm. So I had nothing to compare it to.
Did you watch the videos I sent you of the Cinema Snob?
No, I did not see those. There was so much I had wanted to do this weekend, but
Now, who's
my
handsome
lovely
Santa
migraines.
that she's smiling at?
Well, you know.
Who's the handsome Santa she's smiling at?
I think it's Dennis. So played by Eric Berg.
Oh, okay. Just didn't recognize him. She's probably thinking, if he wasn't such a jerk, I would totally do him.
Right?
Does that happen with women a lot?
What?
Guy wasn't
that
such a
if a guy
dumbass
wasn't a jerk?
that you would probably, if let's say you were single and you're not married, and there was a guy you're into, but he's such a dumbass or he's such a jerk, if he wasn't, you would totally do him.
Ugh, no, because there's like a turnoff factor.
No, I'm saying if he wasn't though.
Oh, if he wasn't a jerk.
Yeah, if he wasn't a jerk or a dumbass.
See, but I'm so focused on that. I'm so focused on personality.
That's what I'm saying. If they
looks-
weren't those things, he's so attractive, but he's a jackass. If he wasn't a jackass, then you do him.
Well, yeah. if he
Okay, that's what
wasn't
I'm saying. Okay. I like the way this is lit. You know, the light, Christmas lights, giving it the extra.
the orange and reds and oh yeah, especially that red. He likes to scold her a lot.
He's her boss. He's got that right. That's all he's allowed to do. Scold her. He's just a crotchety old man. He's on a new show on Amazon Prime called Ghost Hunting or something. It stars Nick Frost, you know, from the Simon Pegg, Nick Frost.
Yeah.
He's on that movie. He plays Nick Frost's father.
And that sounds like something I should watch.
Yeah,
So.
it's on Prime. It's about some wannabe ghost hunters. I love this shot with the lights, the house lit up for Christmas and the Santa holding the axe. That looked really good.
Now we're to the mayor's house, so of course it's got to look nice and fancy.
Aw, she's cute. Now, who's the little girl actress?
The little girl is... Let's find her. She plays Mindy Lou. It is Lane Stiles.
Mindy Lou. Is that supposed to be like Cindy Lou Who?
Oh my god. I just now noticed that. Yeah, I bet it's supposed to be a little play on Cindy Lou.
This movie definitely came out 8 years ago because her IMDb photo is very all grown up.
Mm-hmm.
And her other photos definitely make her look much older than 20 maybe. I mean, she definitely looks young still, but she definitely looks adult. I mean, she's got to be, what, 10 maybe in this movie?
Yeah, so... God, that makes me feel my age thinking of, oh, this kid that you're watching right now is almost an adult.
Or is an adult now.
Yeah. Like, speaking of Cindy Lou, I mean, you have
Like they have
Taylor
a picture.
Momsen.
They have a picture on Google of her as like the little girl in this movie, and then right next to it, she's in like a red carpet dress, and she is like voluptuous.
Where you're like, this is confusing.
This is like Olsen twins. Like I've seen Elizabeth Olsen like very young, and then nowadays you see her in like the corset, like the Scarlet Witch, and you're just like,
Oh God, yes.
I'm not allowed to look at Elizabeth Olsen
The
Thank
same
God.
way anymore.
Thankfully, I only know her from her like work as an adult, so I don't have to worry about that. But I can never look at the Olsen twins that way.
See, I grew up with the Olsen twins, so it's different for me at least.
I'm sorry, but I'm still remembering the first episode of Full House. They're giving the one of whichever Olsen twin it is a bathtub, a bath in the sink.
And you just picture the little baby.
Yep. Nope. That's why that will just nope. I do love this scene though.
Oh, and you're gonna love it when she takes off that red robe.
Or people have the same way about what's her name who played Harmony.
Harmony, from Buffy?
From Harry Potter.
Oh,
Hermione.
Hermione, yes.
Because she started out as a little girl, but now she's like this big sex symbol.
I literally had somebody who put up a
Whoa!
post.
It's like, don't get distracted. Go back to what you were doing. I'm sorry. The amount of time she's taken her mouth off his dick, I would have gotten soft. That's just too many distractions for me. I'm sorry. I'm very much in the moment kind of guy. When I have sex, I cannot get distracted. And that
Oh, you
did
don't
you?
like
I mean,
teases?
what kind of blowjob was that?
There you go. Now she's going to
Oh
lingerie.
my goodness.
Oh, but yes, about your Hermione thing. I literally saw someone put up a post like yesterday where he was talking about he just can't think of, because it's Emma Watson, right?
Yes, and she has done a lot of very adult work since
Yes,
then,
and he
I don't think
flat
she's
out
done
said, he's
nude,
like,
but
"I
she's
can't
definitely
watch
done
it."
sexy stuff.
But yeah, he was like, I can't watch it because I picture her like a daughter.
Yeah. I don't have that connection because I was never into Harry Potter, so I'm okay that way. But the Olsen twins, nope, can't. Don't.
Nope.
Can't see them that way. Their sister, absolutely, at least. And who's got the big career? The sister.
Very true.
They have a huge thing in their empire that they don't need the work.
I was going to say, they probably make more money selling clothes and perfume than they did acting.
So I had to shoot a scene once where a girl needed to like get into her bra and panties, and she was just like, so then I just get on the bed. I'm like, touch your waist. Touch whatever. How about this? Pose in the camera for the mirror, but do what you would do to like feel sexy, like the character, not yourself personally. If you do this yourself personally, that's fine. But I'm not going to give you any direction on how you would, do something, because I don't know what to say that doesn't sound inappropriate. She's like, well, you just tell me what you wanted me to do. I was like, okay, I want you to touch your breasts,
This
and then touch your
is-
butt, and then
I
touch
have
your
to say,
waist. And she's like, in that order?
best
I'm like,
scream
no! I'm like, run your hands down your body. And she's like, now you're directing. I'm like, okay. She's like, you're not having me take off any more clothes, so this is okay. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I can be sexy for the character. I'm like, okay. Because I don't know how to ask a woman, like, I need you to, like, touch a boob or something.
Was this movie originally in 3D? Because the way he throws that axe.
I know. No, it's not. Oh, my
This is
fucking God,
the
the Achilles
next-
tendon.
Best death.
Oh, she is a screamer. I like a woman who's a screamer, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the movie, people, nothing else.
And I have to say, at the scene of her death,
it's like David and the Lost Boys. It's like, oh, God, it's like David and the Lost Boys, but hotter.
and you know what?
Wow,
Nixon
the horns
always
go
was
right
my favorite reindeer.
underneath the tits.
Oh, and the boyfriend's death is just as phenomenal.
I think Wood Chipper Girl got it the worst.
Hers is the worst death.
Oh no, I was totally gonna bone her.
Well, he is about to get some good head here. Or a splitting headache, one of the two.
That poor actor must be choking on those things in his mouth. Oh!
I said splitting headache.
See, every time I see the Santa mask, I thought he had like goggles on or something, but I guess not.
It's because it's one of those cheap plastic ones, so it's so far from his eyes that they look like goggles. Creepy candy cane.
Cindy Lou Who gets a candy cane from the Santa who just killed her parents and her brother?
Sister. It was her sister, Courtney. That is totally a reference to the Grinch. And yeah, she is kind of like a weird spoof on Cindy Lou.
With the pink dress.
Cindy Lou.
Now, of course, what's the rule of everything can be made into porn? There is, of course, I've seen... I think her name is April O'Neil. She does a lot of these like parody pornos. The Grinch and Cindy Lou together.
Oh God.
Fucking.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Some things I don't want to picture or see.
These people should not be on the street when the police know that there's a killer Santa on the loose.
That's what I kept questioning too. It's like you have the parade, and wouldn't you have it to where these Santas aren't allowed to dress as Santa anymore?
That is a pathetic parade.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the people in these costumes because they look terrible. The two remaining sexy chicks left. Sexy Santas. This is the parade? What's coming soon? Hungry Hills? That's a movie coming soon, it said.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't even know if I've ever heard of that film.
Hungry Hills. Let's look it up. 2009? Could be. This movie was shot in 2011? 2010?
That would make sense then.
In the mid-20th century in rural Saskatchewan, the Mandalorian family is considered different and thus unwanted in their community. It already bored me reading that. I don't want to read it anymore.
Yeah,
about what the
I was
movie's
going to
about.
say, I've never even heard of it.
I would totally play that Bob Rivers music right now for there's another Santa Claus, there's another Santa Claus, there goes another Santa Claus way. But I don't want to have this video taken down for YouTube copyright problems.
Because that happens a lot.
People are getting so annoyed about it, and they're not. I got into an argument with a guy at my roommate's Thanksgiving, I think it's his brother-in-law, about like, oh, well, no music should be allowed to be used whatsoever without anyone's permission, because Facebook is also taking down music now.
Ugh. See,
Oh,
what is
right in
with
the
that
back.
anyway?
This is a good look. Let's pull a gun on Santa Claus in front of kids.
In front of the parade.
Supposed to be before cell phone cameras. They arrested Santa Jim.
Now I remember the name of the show he was on. Arrested Development? No, not Arrested Development. God, now I gotta look it up on IMDb because it's like I could think of it. Grounded? Something? Wasn't on for long.
So the actress Courtney Palm has a. Have you ever seen Zombie Beavers?
Yes, I had mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
That's where I recognized her because I just watched Zombie Beavers. Or Zombievers, sorry.
There are certain actresses who do multiple movies like nude. They're definitely very comfortable with themselves to do it.
And you know what? She is the actress that is topless through a huge chunk of that movie.
I remember. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films still coming.
Good for her, though.
And you look as good as she can definitely get work in movies.
Yep. Grounded for Life. That's the TV show he was in.
That's right. And he was also in Comic Book Villains. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not seen that, but I hear how good it is.
It's about two warring comic book stores who want a old stack of comic books that belong to an old woman now that her husband's passed away. He is like taunting them.
I'm going to use that for now on. National Suck My Dick Week.
Would it be National Suck My Dick Week or National Eat Me?
I mean, it's just funnier if I do like Betty White and say, if I was a man, I'd tell you to suck my dick.
Oh, like in Lake Placid.
Yep.
They killed off most of the white people before they've killed off the Asian girl.
Does she die in this film?
I don't think she dies, but
I don't think she does,
but
actually.
the rule of minorities dying in slasher movies.
Usually they're always the first ones in the old ones.
Or the black person.
Yeah.
Like in Scary Movie, the news announcer says that we're black and we're getting out of town before...
We're getting the fuck out of here before shit hits the fan. Yeah.
Ken... he's in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and 4. I forgot his last name, but he's been on my show. Ken, that guy who plays Kincaid, the tough black guy from Part 3. He's like, Freddy forgot to kill me in Part 3, but he was just like, nope, you the black guy. You get to die at the beginning of the fourth one.
You know what? I remember hearing that.
It's on a commentary or for a movie, for the documentary about Nightmare on Elm Street. It's pretty funny. He does not look very good.
No. This guy's like almost desperate for like death by cop, or as they call it, forcing somebody else to kill you because you don't want to actually commit suicide.
The blood flying everywhere is like an anime movie. It just spurts.
I was gonna say that last little spurt right there. Perfect.
I just picked up a new horror book called The Plot. It's about a family. When Chase's estranged brother and sister-in-law are murdered, he becomes guardian of the Mackenzie and Zach, the niece and nephew he hardly knows. Seeking stability for the children, Chase moves his newly formed family to their ancestral home in Cape Augusta, which overlooks a deep black belong teeming with family secrets.
That sounds very interesting.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a straight-up horror story. It looked really cool. I had to buy the trade paperback. Are you going to cry? There's no crying at Christmas.
Well, she just figured out that puzzle she's been trying to figure out the whole day.
It took her long enough.
The 9-letter word of a 6-sided object. And she's like, snowflake.
At least her parents are still alive.
Well...
Okay, so there's 4 singers in this IMDb credits. Are those the 4 Santa girls?
Yes.
Okay.
That would be because Courtney's the only one that is named. So yes.
But then there are 5 Santa girls.
Because Courtney was with them.
So there's the 4 plus Courtney.
Yeah.
Okay, and they all seem to only be in this one movie.
Really?
Yeah, 2 of them were only in Amanda and Brittany. Charlene and Amanda, who played 1 and 2, are only in this one movie. And then Brittany and Amy are in, Brittany's in, she plays Locker Room Girl in Todd's Book of Pure
that's where
Evil.
he does say the, what is this garbage day? So that is an homage from what you had said from the other film.
Gotcha. And then she's in a couple things. She's Andrea in Venice Spa, and she's the editor of something called The Jewish Death.
The Jewish Death? Huh.
The day that we're recording this is one of the nights. Oh! Ow. The day we're recording this is one of the nights of Hanukkah. Yeah, no word on what the Venice Spa is. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, these must have been just extras hired for the day to look good in a Santa suit.
I mean, it worked for the scene.
Seem to have. Do you have a Santa sexy photo shoot coming up?
I do not actually.
Oh.
If I did do one, I think I would have done the same thing as I saw someone do a homage to Bad Santa.
Actually, I was going to
And
make a suggestion.
I fucking loved it because she was literally giving the camera the middle finger. She was drinking.
Do you have a Santa, at least a Santa coat?
I do not.
Oh. Can you get one by Christmas?
Probably not. Well, I mean, it is with Amazon. It's been such a mess this month. Like everything's been.
Okay.
Well,
How about
as
this?
you know, my
How about
movies
this?
still
Do you have
haven't
a Santa
gotten here.
hat?
Well, yes, I have a Santa hat.
I'm actually wearing a Santa hat the entire time we're recording this. My suggestion is put your Cassie hat costume on, put the Santa hat on.
I just will do it just like that cover where she's got the present in front of her.
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, sure, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I was just going to say put the full costume on, put the Santa hat on. I think that would make a cool little photo.
It would. It definitely would.
You want to do it with just the present instead of the. Are you talking about where like she's got the pumpkin between her legs, covering herself up?
She also does it with a gift and a Santa hat on as well.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know. You gotta post that on Twitter tomorrow.
I could do that.
Yeah, post that on Twitter tomorrow. But yeah. Oh no, this is her mom, right? Yeah.
Yes, her dad is unfortunately dead, but her
Yeah,
mom
so
is
I
alive.
spoke too soon. It's been a little while since I saw this movie. I hadn't rewatched it. I didn't watch it ahead of time like you did. So, but yeah. So yeah, I was gonna suggest do the Cassie Santa look or whatever. If you want to do it with the present, that's fine. I do love this shot of Ellen running. This is Ellen Wong, I believe.
Mhm.
Yep, in the red. kind of like Christmas.
Well, and it's very, very like creepy red too. Like
He's
you know,
got an axe. He
impending
just passed by an
doom,
axe.
death.
Yes, very creepy. Did you see the Twilight Zone episode of the new season of the Twilight Zone? That was a Christmas episode.
No,
Yeah.
I have not seen any of the new Twilight Zone. I mean, I've seen all the old original ones, but
It's okay. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be.
that's depressing.
I mean, I know a lot of people love it because it's Jordan Peele and they'll watch anything he does, but I'm sorry, but it's not.
Not the same.
No. Anyway, so the actor in it is Stephen Yeun from Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Christmas one he did. And of course, there's a Christmas with a Killer Santa for the Tales from the Crypt, the first season. And what
See,
came
that's
out
just
this
something-
year? Fat Man, starring Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
I am planning on watching that next weekend, actually, with a few friends. We're doing a watch party.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Sorry. Hopefully it won't have the commercials since I think we're just going to buy it on Vudu.
Oh, my
Hey,
ears.
now we have green lights.
I know, I see that, and it's snowing.
Water.
Oh,
But
ears.
it does symbolize snow.
my ear is killing me.
I'm sorry.
We could possibly be getting 25 inches of snow this week.
Ugh. God, I hope we're not here in Illinois.
It's a cool effect.
Mm-hmm. And now the fight of the Santas.
Did you see the Christmas Chronicles 2 starring Kurt Russell and his girlfriend Goldie Hawn?
No, but it is on my list to watch because I got excited when I saw that Goldie Hawn was in it with him.
Yep, and they're going to be doing a third one apparently.
Really? Well, that's good then.
Yeah, I did like the second one. I think I like the first one a lot more. You know the fat kid mutant blowing up bomb guy from Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
He's the villain in this movie.
Ah. I wouldn't have guessed that, actually.
Yeah, he plays a former elf of Santa Claus's who wants revenge.
Huh.
Have you ever seen Rise of the Guardians?
Yes, but it's been a while.
I was really hoping they would do more of the books, but they've only ever did the one. The movie didn't do that well, so that's why they didn't do any more.
Well, and that's kind of what happened with Aragon too, but then again, when they don't follow the book and you kind of tick people off, you tend to not get another movie.
Right. I mean, Gerard Butler as Santa Claus, and he's got the naughty and nice tattooed on his arms. Was kind of pretty cool. And that movie's, multicultural. Obviously, Jack Frost is the main character, played by Chris Pratt. And
Yes.
so it's got that winter theme to it, you know what I mean? But the Easter Bunny's in it. But, definitely, I think, associated a lot with Christmas just because of Jack Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Oscar-winning Claus that's on Netflix?
No. Did that finally come out?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I will have to watch that because I knew I wanted to watch it when I first saw trailers about it, but I'm assuming you saw it then.
Yes. Very good.
What did you think of it? Okay.
I enjoyed
So-
it. I definitely enjoyed it. Oh, I got Christmas cards I want to send out. I guess I could find it on yours on Kickstarter, but if you want to
Did you
text it to me,
finally
that's
figure
fine.
it out
No, I don't need to do that. Actually, I don't. Your secret identity is your secret. I'm not actually looking, so
I'm trying to figure out why it's like this room is lit up green,
but the
but then
hallways lit
she'll
up
turn
red.
and look and it's somehow dark and she has to use that flashlight. It's really weird.
I just like the color contrast. It looks really cool.
That red and green, oh yeah. Gotta keep that Christmas theme.
I'm glad we did this despite the commercial interruptions and us trying to finagle the recording around it.
You had commercials start?
Nope, I said despite the commercial interruptions.
Oh,
He's bleeding out that one eye, it looks like, but I didn't catch how.
maybe when Santa Jim was fighting him?
I think so. And now she's got her baton.
Baton.
Final girl? Not really. I mean, she's kind of the hero of the entire movie, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I consider her to be the final girl.
Except for the fact that, they kind of were showing that she kept fucking up earlier and she was hesitating. So she's the hero, but she's still got to get past the fact that she keeps hesitating. So she's kind of a final girl in that aspect, I guess.
On Wikipedia, they call the daughter of the mayor, Tiffany, Courtney Jane White, his porn star daughter? I didn't get that she was... Oh, she was because she was at the porn
Because
studio.
she started there. Because remember when she put the snow up her nose?
Yeah. Okay, I guess she is a porn star. We just don't ever see her.
We
unlike
don't
her
see
friend.
her doing that, but she got paid. So we know
Yeah.
that she works there.
Okay, right. Okay, Battling of the Axes is pretty badass.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I
Cool.
just didn't associate her being a porn star nearly as much as her friend
No.
who got wood chippered.
And I love the use of the red in this.
Absolutely. The budget of this movie was only over $115,000.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Wonder how much of
So
that
it
went to
kinda
Malcolm McDowell.
Tells me that they did shoot this on site instead of on a set.
Oh, yeah. That's what I kind of figured. Okay, so the flame, the blue, the red, it all looks perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I kept confusing her with the girl that's in, the woman that's in Thor.
Oh, she's not on the Thor.
No, I said that earlier. I was completely wrong. It's not the woman who plays Lady Sif.
Huh. She does look like her, though.
Jamie Alexander is who I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
And this is Jamie King. So that might be why.
I still, to this day, I think my favorite role that Jamie King has done is Goldie from Sin City.
Yes. And that's what made me realize I had the wrong person. The writer of this movie also wrote Polar. Did you see Polar, based on the comic book?
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it came out last
I don't think
year.
I've seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Really good. It's about an assassin played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes. Okay, that's why it sounds familiar. Yeah, I definitely need to see that.
He's a retiring assassin who finds out he has a hit out on him. And it's based on a graphic novel. Burning
Nice.
Santa Face.
But no Santa attached to it.
Oh, sequel.
Where is
8
he?
years later.
Where did he go? Oh my god.
Is there a song playing during this?
Slight. It's not like, it's just music.
What's funny is Wikipedia lists the entire soundtrack listing by Kevin Rapey called
That's cool,
Silent Night Suite. So this is the Silent Night theme.
I mean, it does kind of have a creepy, ominous horror movie kind of vibe. So
Your
I can see
favorite kill of the movie has its own title in the soundtrack listing, The Chipper.
that. That's great.
Oh, is this Santa?
This is the baddie.
His makeup looks really bad.
Like
Pizza.
someone took the extra cheese from a pizza and threw it on his face.
Right, which I understand that's how they created Freddy Krueger, but
Okay, so that story that he talks about at the
Yeah.
bar scene with Jamie,
based on a true story.
now we're back to it again. So the story he shared with her, apparently when he kept saying it was a true story, is what he witnessed when he was a kid.
Right. And which actor is this?
That one is... Is that Rick Skeen?
Let's see.
See, now
It
I'm
is later
trying to
revealed that the
remember-
killer Santa is Ronald Jones Jr., owner of the local chimney cleaning shop.
Yeah, so that would be Rick Skeen then.
Okay. There's another actor who plays him, of course. Cruz Brown plays him as a boy.
Because, you know, he had to have the trauma, and that's why he went on a killing spree in the future.
He's a stunt coordinator in a bunch of movies, still working today.
Nice.
Christmas movies, too, coming out soon. Christmas by Starlight, and on the 12th Day of Christmas, Toys of Terror as well.
I was going to say, you need a stuntman for Christmas movies, but yeah, if some of them were horror, I guess I could see that.
Beethoven's Christmas Adventure, he's also in. Stunt coordinator for that movie.
How many Beethoven movies did end up being out there? I know
I
I
don't
only
know.
saw like the first two when I was a kid.
Well, he was also in that movie as well.
Oh, Crier, Wisconsin. Well, that
And that's
answered
how it
where it was
ends.
taking place.
Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed our commentary. Tubi lists some other holiday movies you might want to check out. I highly recommend the original Black Christmas and Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman movie, which I have on Blu-ray.
I was going to say Jack Frost is definitely a favorite, which I'm going to
Penguin.
hopefully watch the second one soon.
I like the fact that some of the people in the credits, which there's another video starting, so I'm actually going to close this now. Some of the
me
people in the credits from the parade actually got credits as well.
That's cool. You don't usually see that.
So thank you, everybody, and hope you had a Merry Christmas. Thank you for checking out our Film Dungeon commentary review of Silent Night. Hopefully you're able to keep up with it. Check out the rest of the videos here on the Radio Horror YouTube channel. And like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to help out the channel and help out the podcast, buy me a cup of coffee /Radio Horror. And you can find us on Goth Girl Horror at Goth Girl Horror as the hosts, and our individual Twitters at ChrisDSAV.
And Charsie Lux with 3 X's.
Or send us an email, thatradioofhorror@gmail.com. And again, happy holidays, and happy New Year, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.